Combine milk with vinegar. You won't find a better way. Take a fairly large pot and pour in 2 liters of whole milk. Place the pot on the stove over medium heat and prepare a kitchen thermometer to carefully monitor the temperature. Gradually heat the milk until it reaches exactly 46 degrees Celsius, making sure it doesn't boil. Once the milk reaches 46 degrees, measure out 5 tablespoons of 10% distilled vinegar. Slowly pour the vinegar into the pot and gently stir. As you stir, you'll notice soft white curds forming. When enough curds have formed, pour the mixture through a strainer. Using a wooden spoon, press the curds on the strainer to shape them into a uniform form. This step ensures a denser texture, allowing the cheese to be sliced into pieces. Place the fresh cheese on a plate, drizzle it with olive oil, and serve with crusty bread. The resulting flavor is so rich, creamy, and delicious that it's hard to believe it comes from such simple ingredients. It's perfect for a special family breakfast or a meal during a regular week. Combine milk with vinegar. There's no better way. The ingredient list is not long, and the preparation is also very simple, though it requires a bit of patience. Take a fairly large pot and pour 1.5 liters of milk into it. Heat the milk until foam appears, then pour in apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. I use apple cider vinegar exactly 3 tablespoons. Stir and cook the liquid for another 5 minutes, then remove the pot from the heat. Transfer the formed cheese curds to a strainer suspended over a bowl and gently press out the excess liquid. Then place the cheese in a cloth or another natural fabric. Let the excess liquid drain. Put the cheese in the refrigerator to cool. It tastes much better when cold. Homemade cottage cheese is a great addition to sandwiches. Take your favorite bread, slice it, and spread the cheese on top. It tastes delicious. It's worth preparing for an important family breakfast or even for a meal during the regular week. Delicious cherry pickled tomatoes. Be sure to try this super simple recipe. Cherry tomatoes will perform best, although other varieties can also be used. However, I do not recommend large tomatoes for this recipe. Wash and dry the tomatoes. Their quantity depends on how many you intend to make. In my case, it is a kilo. Take a toothpick and carefully prick each tomato a couple of times. Then prepare the garlic. Peel about 5 cloves and crush them with your hand to extract more juice. Transfer them to another board. Prepare the horseradish root. Peel it and cut it into smaller pieces. To make the tomatoes, you need dill. Use only dill flowers as they give the perfect flavor to the tomatoes. Prepare a large jar, washed and dried beforehand. Put horseradish in the bottom of the jar, then garlic and some of the dill. Then put the tomatoes in the jar, arranging them in layers, alternating with the dill. Once you've filled the entire jar, it's time to prepare the marinade. Use 1 tablespoon of salt per liter of water. Pour the salt into a jug, then pour in 1 liter of water. Preferably, it should be sparkling water. Stir it properly so that the salt dissolves. Pour the resulting marinade over the tomatoes in the jar. If the brine is not enough, you can quickly and easily make it up. Cover such a jar with tomatoes and set it aside for 24 hours. After this time, the tomatoes are ready to eat. They will work perfectly as a snack for many dishes. Their taste is distinctive, but very tasty. The preparation takes a very short time. Delicious pork pockets with stuffing. Pound the pork loin with a mallet. Then start preparing the stuffing. The stuffing consists of a mixture of vegetables. Take about half a kilo of mushrooms and cut them into small cubes. Dice the red peppers as well. Then finely slice 1 white onion. Take a frying pan and heat it up. Pour some oil into the pan. When it gets to the right temperature, put the previously prepared vegetables into the pan. Start with the onions, then add the peppers and mushrooms. Stir the mixture so that the vegetables are covered with oil. After a minute, add the chopped parsley. Cook until the vegetables are softened and set aside. Prepare the meat by sprinkling each pork chop with a little salt and pepper. Apply the vegetable mixture to the center of each pork chop. Fold each one over, holding the top and forming a small pouch. Use kitchen string to close the pouch. Tie tightly so the contents won't fall out during cooking. Take the pan again. Put some butter in the heated pan. Let it melt, then put the pouches on the pan. Do it so that the meat sets with the binding upwards, then flip them over to different sides so that the meat is thoroughly cooked. Fry them covered, using a lid. When the pouches are golden, it means they are ready. Then transfer the pouches back to the pan where you fried the vegetables, with all the leftovers in the pan. Add about 200 milliliters of broth. Also pour in a cup of cooking cream. Cook until the sauce thickens. Such pouches are ready to serve. Serve them with the creamy sauce. This dish is delicious. The modified pork loin is the best version ever. The most delicious cake with mandarins. It looks amazing, and it tastes even better. You can easily prepare it in a few minutes. Prepare 9 mandarins. Wash them thoroughly. Grate the peel of one of them finely. Then, peel the remaining 8 mandarins. Remove the peels carefully. Cut each of them in half. Prepare a cake baking pan. Grease it thoroughly. With fat, it can be oil or melted butter. Sprinkle 2 tablespoons of flour over the prepared dish. Dust the entire surface evenly. Now, evenly sprinkle 2 tablespoons of sugar. It should gently cover the entire bottom of the dish. Arrange the mandarins with the cut side down. It is best to arrange them in equal rows and spaces. For my dish, which has a bottom of about 20 by 30 centimeters, 15 such halves will fit. Place the peeled mandarin, from which you previously grated the peel, into the dish. Add 2 whole eggs. Add a pinch of salt. Blend the mandarin with eggs into a homogeneous mass. Strain the mass through a sieve into a large bowl to remove mandarin particles. Add the grated mandarin peel. Then add 100 grams of sugar and mix the batter. Pour in 150 grams of vegetable oil. I used sunflower oil. Pour in 150 milliliters of water. Add 220 grams of flour with a tablespoon of baking powder. Mix everything well into a homogeneous mass. Pour the batter over the mandarins so that it spreads evenly over the entire dish. The batter will not completely cover the mandarins. If you use a smaller mold, then the fruits will not be visible after pouring the batter. Place the cake in an oven preheated to 180 degrees for 40 minutes. After baking, turn it out, flipping it upside down. Finally, dust it with powdered sugar, and it's ready. This cake is quick and easy to prepare. It's simple but impressive. It also tastes great to anyone who has tried it at least once.